If you've ever tasted chicken and rice before, you are going to enjoy this recipe a lot. It's tomatoey, a bit spicy, and it has the classic ingredients, chicken and rice. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make this recipe. One pot, which is great for meal preps as well. So first things first, preheat your oven at 350. So I'll be using a skin-on boneless chicken breast, and I'm using the skin because it's gonna add a ton of flavor once you've browned it and sauteed it in the pan. But of course you can remove the skin. Season each side with salt and pepper, bit of cayenne, depending on how hot you like your food, and then really mop those seasonings all over that chicken. And then let's move to our pan. So in the pan here, I'm heating up some olive oil on medium-high heat. We really want to do a hard sear on that chicken. So add the chicken skin side down in the oil and let that sear for about 3 to 4 minutes. Then turn the chicken and do the same on the other side as well. We're only putting color on the outside and the inside is gonna cook with the chicken in the oven. Once each side has a nice golden brown color, remove it and set aside on a plate. Return the pan back to the stove and turn down the heat a little bit. Then add in a touch more oil if needed to saute your onion, garlic and peppers and add them right in there. And you want to season that with some salt, pepper and a pinch more of cayenne and really sweat those out until they turn soft. Once that happens, add in your fresh tomatoes. I really like using a lot of them because I enjoy the tanginess that they bring. Along with the tomatoes, add in some more salt to help break down those tomatoes, and then add in a bit more cayenne and paprika for color. Cook this down until the tomatoes have completely broken down. And what I'm going to add here is basmati rice, which I've already washed and pre-soaked for about 10 to 15 minutes. Saute everything together and really give it the time for all the moisture to evaporate. As soon as the mixture starts to look dry, add in your wine, and you want to cook that down until the wine reduces by half. When that happens, add your chicken broth right in and then bring it up to a boil. The ratio of rice to chicken broth would be 1 to 1/4. As soon as the tomatoey chicken broth comes to a simmer, add your chicken right in that pan over your rice. Make sure there's no rice on top of the chicken, and then cover the pan with the lid and place it in the oven for about 20 minutes. Now at this point you might be wondering, why can't I just finish cooking the rice on the stove? Why do I have to use the oven? And I was asked that question and I thought about it and I even experimented by just making it on the stove, and it's really different. The thing that I find is better in the oven way because you have the chicken there as well. You're not just cooking the rice. So in the oven you can really cook it slowly, gently and all around the pan, and the pan, the lid is all going to be hot, so it's going to get heat from all sides, like literally. After 20 minutes, take the pan out using oven mitts and carefully remove the lid, and then add in your peas, and then using a fork or a spoon just kind of lightly mix it in the rice, and then put the lid back on and we'll place it back in the oven for between 5 to 8 to 9 minutes until the rice has completely finished cooking. And at this point your kitchen is going to be smelling amazing because that rice is nice and fluffy and it has completely absorbed all those flavors from the tomatoes, wine, peppers, and it's just going to be a really complete dish. And I really enjoy having a lot of this meal. And if you're thinking of using this for meal prep, I would recommend you let that chicken cool down before you place it in the fridge. Otherwise the condensation will really ruin the entire dish. And I love to garnish this dish with some fresh parsley, and you can even enjoy some sour cream or maybe some sort of raita with this because it really helps cool down the palate once you've had this tomatoey spicy chicken and rice, and the yogurt or sour cream really go well together. And that's how you make a delicious tomatoey spicy 1 pot chicken and rice, which is great for meal prep as well. And if you want some detailed instructions on what the best way to reheat this dish is, check out my website. I'll link it down below, and I'm sure you're gonna love it, and I'll take any feedback as well. Be sure to hit subscribe, hit that bell icon, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.